The giant Earthship Ark, drifting through deep space over 800 years into the far future. Its passengers, the descendants of the last survivors of the dead planet Earth, locked in separate worlds, heading for destruction. Unless 3 young people can save the Starlost.
What got into you, Devin? Why'd you bring us to this place?
Garth, be quiet, will you? I'm trying to get some sleep.
Sleep? In this sewer?
Rachel's not complaining. Why should you?
Yeah, Rachel's too tired to do anything but sleep. You had no right to bring her here, or me.
Too tired to argue with you.
Yeah, he's too tired. Not too tired to bring us into this wild chase. Blocked up tunnel, maybe the way to the backup bridge. More likely the way to an early grave.
Oh, Garth, go to sleep.
What is this? What's going on here?
What is it you want?
That little guy stole my crossbow. I came after him to get it back.
Doesn't Roloff have enough to concern him without sending guards after innocent children?
Look, I don't know what any of this is all about, but I'm nobody's guard.
Close the panel.
Hey, wait a minute. My friends are back there.
Who are you?
My name is Garth. I come from another part of the Ark. Look, I don't want any trouble, so don't give me any.
No, we won't make any trouble. We never do that. Please, you can assure Roloff that we're simply going about our everyday duties.
Look, I already told you I don't know this Roloff, and I'm not his guard. All I want to do is to get my friends out of this sewer we're in and try and find somebody who may be able to help us around here.
You are a stranger here.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
And your friends, are they strangers as well?
We're all strangers.
Find this man's friends and bring them here. Sooner or later, we must trust someone. Maybe now is the time.
Who are you people? What are those things in your heads?
We are society's elite. The recipients of the greatest honor one can bestow upon a man. We are the Implant people.
I'm not pleased with what I've been hearing, Dumas.
I've always carried out your wishes faithfully, Serena.
Then what about these reports about dissension among the members of the council?
If we're to advise you properly, we must have freedom.
No one's denying you freedom, Dumas. But your first priority is to carry out Serena's programs for the people.
We've always done our best to fulfill our council obligations.
I respect the opinions of the council, but I do expect my programs to be implemented with reasonable dispatch.
That's exactly what we've been doing.
Is it? My information is that there's been undue debate on relatively simple matters of business. Surely all it's called for is a simple vote on the issues as they're presented.
Exactly. Dumal, you know I have the interests of the populace at heart. Why should there be these delays in doing what's best for them?
Perhaps it's only that the council members feel they might contribute more to the proposals.
They've never questioned them before. What could they possibly add? I do everything within my power to see that the people are well fed, properly housed, and are given the very best in social benefits.
Of course. But if you were to come out and see the people...
You know, it's impossible. I don't want any more discussion on that subject.
Surely, one tour of the city.
I think Serena has made herself perfectly clear.
I'm sorry, Serena.
That will be all, Dumal.
A word of advice, Dumal. Serena will be presenting new legislation within a few days, and it would be beneficial if there were no delay in approving it. Well, I think it's fair to say there'll be no further delay, Serena.
What's the matter with them, Roloff? They know I do my best. Not only the measures I've introduced to make sure everyone has a decent living, but now with Professor Brandt's wonderful implant. To increase brain efficiency to its maximum capacity. There's no limit to what our people can achieve. And yet they fight me every step of the way.
Most of our time is devoted to the manufacture of the implants. It's a slow, delicate business and leaves us little time for scientific research in other fields.
And these things that you implant, they help you to function better?
That's their principal function, yes.
Do they do something else?
Something else? No. The implants are stimulators. They make the brain function at maximum efficiency.
You all seem to be afraid. Why?
Well, it's hard to know where things started to go wrong. Maybe with the implants, maybe with Loren's death. While he lived, there was a sense of oneness here, striving for a better life for all. But now, with Serena locked up in her chambers and that advisor of hers.
You mean Roloff?
I said too much. It's not safe.
Sometimes I don't know anymore what the right thing is. Lorenz always knew.
Lorenz is dead, Serena.
Yes. And I'm alone.
Well, you have me.
Yes, you've been a great comfort and help to me. You've been a good friend as well. But Lorenz was my husband. Oh, that feels good.
You work too hard, Serena. I wish you'd let me take some of the burden.
You do enough.
Well, I would do more. I wish you'd take my advice and have an implant. You'd function far better with less tension and worry.
No. Not until all the other people have had implants. Then you and I. We'll both have implants. But first the others.
Yes, first the others.
It's hard to know who to trust. I want to believe you're my friends, but I must know for sure.
Now look, Professor, all I can do is give you our word. We don't know any more about this place than what you've told us.
Well, that little urchin who stole your crossbow is typical of the children here.
That dirty little boy, that's how children live here?
That's how all the people live, except we few here and the council.
Why? You have a high technology here. Means to produce plenty. If Serena was so devoted to her husband and his ideals, how could she let this sort of thing go on?
She doesn't know. I'm convinced of that. Now that she's locked away in her chambers, listening to Roloff and accepting his every suggestion.
Well, why don't you tell her?
We can't reach her. But you're strangers. You might be able to get an audience with her, and if you tell her what's happening, what the conditions really are, She might do something.
What about the council? Can't they ask her?
They're afraid. We're all afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
Roloff's power.
What power?
Don't resist. Go peaceably, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, guard. We don't know what those weapons can do.
You ask our help, then you do this?
We didn't ask your help. We don't need your help. Please leave us alone.
Strangers from a different biosphere. Interesting.
We came here by accident. There's nothing we'd like better than to leave as soon as possible.
Oh, I take it you don't find us to your liking.
This whole place is twisted.
Twisted?
The people here seem to be in deathly fear of you. And you have some strange power over this Serena.
All of this you learned from Professor Brandt.
That's right.
Guard.
Oh, no. That's all right. Nothing in what you say surprises me. I see, perhaps I'd better explain a few things to you. First of all, you've seen nothing for yourselves. You're basing all your judgments on what Professor Brandt told you.
Shouldn't we?
Well, no, you shouldn't. Let me explain. We have a very serious situation here. Serena is in mourning for her husband. She's locked herself in her chamber and vowed never to leave. She carries on the affairs of her state from there. And she does her best to cope with an obstinate council that fights her every inch of the way. I do my best to help, and sometimes it means being ruthless, I'll admit. But it's for the good of the people.
Then you decide what's good for the people.
No, Serena does. Her legislative proposals are fair and progressive. And the people here, contrary to what Brandt told you, are happy and contented. They have a very good life.
What about those implants?
Those are the product of Brandt's own genius. Right now, only the technicians and the council members have them, but we're working towards the day when every one of our citizens can benefit from them. But Brandt and his associates don't want that. They prefer it to remain an elite corps.
Well, then everything he told us is a lie.
And that child?
Oh, filthy little urchin about so high, dressed in tatters.
That's right. If everyone's so happy around here, then why is he walking around in rags, stealing and informing on people?
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to ask Professor Brandt about that.
Professor Brandt?
Yes. That filthy little urchin is his grandson.
His grandson?
The child is a mute and a little backward. Something of an embarrassment to his learned grandfather. Brandt is a very strange man. Well, I see that you're beginning to see that now. Perhaps it'd be wise for you to have an audience with Serena, and if you doubt any of the things that I've told you, why, you can ask her.
What can you do to help us?
About this collision course that the Ark is on? I don't know if there's anything I can do to help. I haven't any knowledge of propulsion or astrogation. But there is one possibility, however. If you think it'll help, we could implant you. Just think about it. In the meantime, there's a guard just outside the door who'll show you to Serena's chambers.
My husband's greatest dream was for the people of this biosphere to live their lives in peace and with purpose.
And you may be very close to realizing that dream?
Yes. And I have Roloff to thank for much of the progress we've made here.
Because some people seem to be afraid of him.
Afraid of Roloff? I thought you might have mistaken jealousy for fear. Many people do resent the fact that he has my confidence. He's often told me about it and asked my advice.
What'd you tell him?
To ignore it. Well, some people still cling to petty ideas. I'm hoping soon we'll be able to overcome that.
Once you've completed the implant program.
Yes. My one regret is that Lorenz didn't live to see it. He encouraged Professor Brandt in the development of the implant. Ironic to think the professor would be the one to delay the production.
At least you have Roloff to help you.
Yes. I can rely on Roloff to do the right thing.
Oh, please. Don't do it. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Please!
I'm sure it won't, Brent. Gentlemen, I don't care to repeat myself. This council is herewith dissolved.
Serena won't stand for it.
What if I told you it was on her instructions?
I don't believe that.
Nobody really cares what you believe or what you don't believe. Guard. Gentlemen. Oh, you too, Duval. Wait. Monsieur Dumas should have a little token of our esteem in appreciation for his past services to Serena.
Men's name. Roloff, have pity.
I don't like this, Devon.
Why?
The whole idea of implanting something in your head. I mean, we just don't know what it'll do.
Well, from what Roloff and Serena said, it could make a great difference about my ability to be able to figure out the Ark's problems.
I don't know. I think we should talk to Professor Brandt first.
I don't know. I just don't feel that he can be trusted.
I don't feel anyone around here can be trusted.
Roloff, where have you been? You left me all alone to entertain our visitors.
I'm sorry. We have some pressing business, Serena.
What is it?
I'm afraid the council's taken upon itself to dissolve.
But I don't understand. Why should they do such a thing?
They resent your progressive measures. I told you that our group of elitists, they're only concerned with their own self-serving purpose. I warned you, Serena.
You wanted me to dissolve the council.
We should have moved against them, taken control of the implant center. Now they'll take it and use the implant on their own people. Lorenz's dream is dead, Serena.
No. This mustn't happen.
If we take the implant center and implant only those we can be sure of, we may have a chance.
Well, you can count on us.
Thank you, Rachel. And you, Garth?
I don't know. Maybe.
Serena, you'll have to have an implant, too.
There isn't any choice, is there?
No. It's what Lorenz would have wanted.
All right, I'll do it.
The guards are waiting. Devon, Garth, come with me. If we can reach Professor Brandt before the council members do, we'll implant you first. Then we'll come back for you, Rachel. And you, Serena.
I hope they're not too late.
Got to find it.
There's no need to grovel, Professor.
I dropped something.
I know how you hate to part with your precious implants, but I must ask you to implant these two men.
Who's to be the first?
What about you, Roloff?
Well, I plan to be down after Serena.
Well, I would think that the first necessity would be to have you implanted.
Devon, there isn't time for discussion on this. The decision's already been made.
No, it hasn't.
All right, Devon. I'll go first.
I'll need the key to the storage magazine.
It's not much worse than wearing glasses, really.
All right, where's my crossbow? Where's the other one? Brant?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Go find it, quick. Get that one in the chair.
Well, Professor, we have a new patient. I'm sure you won't mind performing your little operation on him instead of me. Did you really think that I was going to let you implant this treacherous little device on my head? Do it, Brent. Now, Brent, your patient is waiting.
Welcome, Garth.
Who are you people?
My name is Dumal, President of the Council. Or rather, past President, since Roloff dissolved our legislative body.
He said you dissolved it yourselves.
A lie. One lie upon another lie upon another. And this little fellow is Jardy.
Professor Brandt's grandson.
Yes. And a lot braver than his grandfather, I'm afraid.
I don't know how brave it is to steal a man's weapon of survival.
He stole it for us. To be a weapon for our survival.
All right, I want some straight answers. Something that makes sense out of all this.
Please. Come over here. I'll tell you the situation. And you'll have to judge the truth for yourself.
I'm listening.
It all started several years back, when this child was born mute. Brandt experimented with a device that might aid him. What he hit upon was a kind of brain stimulator that seemed to heighten one's awareness, sharpen one's perception and understanding.
But if the implants are a good thing,
These implants had become a weapon of tyranny. Brandt experimented with many devices. One of them was this one, which inflicts horrendous pain. Now, Roloff forced Brandt and his technicians to implant them into themselves. The rest of us were tricked into having them, thinking they were Brandt's original stimulator. Then we learned the truth. We were Roloff's slaves.
His slaves?
We would do anything he asked to avoid that crippling pain, anything.
What about Serena? Does she know the truth?
No. She entrusts everything to Roloff.
So nothing is done for the people.
Nothing. Most of them live like this. In poverty and constant hunger.
You can fight Roloff.
How? When he has this power over us. That's why we need your help. Yours and your friends. We need to get at the implant equipment and remove these chains from our heads.
Just now in the implant center, Roloff said he was going to implant himself. Then, Devon.
It's a trick. Roloff would never implant himself. Your friend is in great danger. We need to get these implants out of our heads and destroy Roloff.
Welcome, Devon, to the implant people.
Garth was right. I should have trusted his instinct.
Personally, I prefer trusting my intellect. You've heard of the intellect, haven't you, Devon?
Yes. And I've heard of corruption and evil. But I've never seen it in one man to such a degree before.
Devon, please don't antagonize him.
Now that's useful advice. I'd take it if I were you.
Why, Roloff? Why me? Why did you implant me? I didn't threaten you.
Because I'm evil and corrupt. You're not an idiot, Devon. Think, why have anybody implanted? Because it's a means of control. Total control, and that means power.
You managed to maintain power over Serena without an implant?
Oh, well, Serena is a grieving widow. She was impressed by my show of patriotism and concern. And besides, I think she sees something of the quality of Lorenz in me. And sequestered the way she is in her chamber, she wouldn't know if a realm were a heaven or a hell.
I'm going to tell you something, Roloff. You don't control very many men up here, just the leaders. You don't control the people.
Oh, well, their poverty controls them. They're so busy finding some bread to fill their bellies. Finding a thought for their heads is a luxury they can't afford.
I don't think I'd ever be that hungry.
You will be.
Where are they, Serena?
I have every confidence in Roloff. He knows what he's doing.
Look, I'm gonna have to go and look for them.
It could be dangerous. Dumal and the others are out there. And from what Roloff says, they're capable of anything. Oh, I wish you'd stay here with me.
Listen, you'll be safe here. If I see anything that looks like trouble, I'll come right back.
But please be careful, Rachel. And if you can't find Devon or Garth, look for Roloff. Stay close with him and you'll be safe.
I will. Well, now, can you tell me how to get to the implant center from here?
Come, I'll show you. This is where we are. And this is the implant center.
And now I think we better get about finding your friend Garth, wherever he's wandered off to. And when we do find him, Devon, please encourage him to accept this little token of honesty.
Oh, no, I'm going to tell him the truth.
Ah, Devon. I see what it is. You haven't yet had the pleasure of your pain.
I've known pain before.
Never like this.
Roll off! Touch that, I'll put this right through you.
I think Devon would prefer it, Garth, if you dropped your crossbow. Otherwise, I'll take his head off.
Roloff, while I was implanting Devon, I had 2 implants in my hand. I removed the main circuit from one of them. So if you'll examine the one in your hand, you'll find that it's complete.
Well, there's always your head, Professor.
Professor, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's stopping.
Come on, we're gonna get out of here. The others are waiting.
What others?
We seem to be right in the middle of an uprising.
Professor, can you walk?
Yes, I think so.
Professor, I must thank you. You took a great risk in finding me with a detective with a device.
But I didn't. That was a lie. We must remove your implant and all the others.
We can't stay here. Roloff will be back with help.
Well, bring the equipment. We must go to our friends.
What about Rachel? How long will she and Serena be safe?
We're all helpless as long as we have these implants. We must remove them while we have the chance.
Devon? Garth! Roloff!
There. At last.
All right, Professor. It's your turn now.
At long last. You're sure you understand how it's done?
Yes, I think so, Professor.
Oh, wait. Jardy should be done before me. Jardy?
He's not here, Brant.
I'll find him.
If anything's happened to the boy, I'll kill Roloff.
Professor, Garth will find you. Now we have to get that implant out.
Hello, Geordie. This is a nice surprise, isn't it? You know what that is, Geordie? You ought to. You've been in and out of there enough times, like a little sewer rat. You want to take a look, Geordie? This is a map so that I keep track of all my enemy's movements. And this is where they gather to concoct their little plans against me. And this is a little device with which I can set off an explosive charge that will get rid of them once and for all. And with them out of the way, I can get rid of Serena. Quietly. And permanently.
You sure you can do it quietly, Roloff? What a fool I've been.
A fool? No, Serena. You've been a good and dutiful monarch, but negligent.
Yes, I can see that. In this child. Are all of my people this wretched?
Most.
I trusted you. And you betrayed me.
I didn't betray you, Serena. You betrayed yourself sitting locked away from your people in your silly little chamber writing your legislation. Do you think I would miss the opportunity to grab power for myself? You never had a chance of getting any of that legislation passed.
And the council didn't obstruct me. It was you.
The council? The council was nothing more than a bubble, a sham to keep you amused. They haven't passed any legislation in years.
It's difficult to say where Roloff might be. In his chambers, Serena's, or even in the guards' barracks.
All right, now which do you think is the most likely?
Oh, you can't second-guess a man like Roloff. He doesn't follow normal behavior patterns. He's a psychotic personality and very dangerous.
Well, if he's guards with him, we can't split our small force. On the other hand, if he's barricaded himself in his own quarters or in Serena's, then I think we might be able to take him.
Well, there's every possibility that he may use Serena as a hostage.
Or Rachel.
Devin, you and your friends are strangers here. We should never have involved you in this. It's not your fight.
Serena, you really did believe in Brandt's little brain stimulator, didn't you? That little device died a long time ago, like your precious Lorenz. This little device does something quite different. It brings a man to his knees. It delivers a pain so exquisitely unbearable that I can't begin to describe it to you, and you in your wildest dreams couldn't begin to imagine it. But then you don't have wild dreams, do you, Serena? They're probably all serene, like your name. Well, I can promise you, they won't be anymore.
What are you? You're not a man. You're something less than an animal.
Be careful, Serena.
I'm not frightened of you, Roloff. And it doesn't matter if you think I'm vain or a stupid woman. To be used and manipulated to your purposes. I don't care what you think. But I am a queen. And I will not be brought down to my knees by any man.
Jardy, come here, boy. Come on. Look at your queen, Jardy. You see, she's the last of her line.
Leave the child alone!
Stand aside, Serena. He's a valuable hostage, and right now I'm vulnerable.
You have me, haven't you? Or am I of no value to my people?
Georgie! Georgie! Are you all right, boy? What is it, Georgie?
An explosion? Down here? Johnny, where'd you get this? Roll off. He knows we're down here.
We'll have to leave right away. If we lose the element of surprise, he could easily overwhelm us.
I'm afraid we've already lost the element of surprise.
Serena's. She's come out.
Hey, Jardy, come here. Listen, Jardy. Garth's out looking for you now. You've got to find him.
No, the boy's done enough. I've removed the implant from his head. There's no need for him to be further involved.
Professor, as long as Roloff is on the loose, nobody's free. That includes Jardy and every other child in this biosphere. You know, it's obvious to me that Jardy knows just what the stakes are. He may be a boy, but there's an awful lot of awareness in that little head. So maybe we ought to let him make up his own mind about this.
Jardy, what I did because of you. I was afraid you'd be hurt by Roloff. While I was being a coward, you were in the middle of the struggle. Now, I'd rather you stay out of it. But you've got to make the decision. You've earned that right. Now, what are you going to do?
Okay, Jardy. You gotta find Garth. Tell him to join us in the upper levels of the mansion. And tell him not to try to take Roloff alone. Remember that girl that came with us? If you see her, tell her to join Garth. Tell her to stay with him until we've all joined up, okay? All right, get on.
Careful, Jardy.
Serena, it's Rachel. Let me in. Serena, where are you?
Here I am, Rachel. We've been waiting for you. So has Serena.
You can't stop them.
Stop them. My dear girl, I wouldn't think of it. Let them have their little revolution. Probably do them good. Help them to get rid of their frustrations.
You seem very casual about the possibility of your death.
My death? Oh, they won't kill me. Those little men are all cowards. Oh, they'll probably tear up a few things in the mansion and remove the implants if they haven't done that already. But that's where it'll stop.
You think they'll just suddenly give up?
Well, of course. You see, I understand these men. They have fearful souls. Oh, they're having their little moment of freedom. But you see, they're afraid of pain.
The implants, if they've been removed, they have nothing to fear.
They fear me. Removing the implants won't change that. They've been afraid of me for too long. They're conditioned to associate me with their pain.
But Devon and Garth aren't. They'll give them the courage to fight you.
But then they'll find out that you're my hostage. And that's where it lived. They won't do anything to jeopardize your life. Then who leads your revolt? Brandt? Dumas? They'll shrivel up like dead leaves and blow away with the wind.
The people despise the members of the council. They blame them for their poverty and misery.
Oh, well, they have no love for you, Serena. After all they've ever got from you is contempt and neglect.
I allowed myself to fall under your influence. I gave you my trust. You used that trust to destroy the welfare of our people, to destroy our society.
Oh, Serena. I've only just begun to achieve power. After this silly little uprising, I'll have it all.
You'll have to kill me first.
There you are, Jardy. I've been looking everywhere for you. Where have you been? What is it? What's out there? Someone in trouble? Who? Devon? Rachel? Rachel and who else? Somebody else? Who, Dumal? Brandt? Serena? Come on, show me where they are.
He's not here. He might have left the mansion. He could be anywhere in the biosphere.
Oh, not Roloff. This is a seat of power. He can't be too far away.
All right. Take them in. Do a complete search of this level. If he's not here, go on to the next level.
Where are you going? You mustn't try to deal with him yourself.
I know my limitations. I don't want him to find Roloff, Brandt.
Yes, it would be dangerous.
No, it's not that. I want Roloff for myself. From here, the tyrant Roloff controlled us. This was his private chamber of horrors. How many times did he torture us in this place? How often did we feel that pain in here? Never again. Never again!
Are they in there, Jardy? How do I get in? Where'd you steal that? Okay, listen to me, Jardy. I want you to leave now. Come on, Jardy. Go on. Roll off.
Are you prepared to use that against me?
If I have to. Come on, free them, Roloff.
Oh, I'm not prepared to do that, Garth.
Roloff. I'll put this arrow right through you.
Yes, I believe you would.
Garth, is Devon all right?
Yeah, they've had all the implants removed.
Well, that's a pity. Of course, there will be other ways of dealing with them.
Not for you, they won't. Now, hurry it up, Roloff.
I don't think that's going to be necessary to release them now.
I'm warning you, Roloff. I'll kill you.
I don't think so.
Jardy, why didn't you go?
Ah, you poor little man. You're all so predictable. Thank you. You know, Garth, if I had been in your place, I wouldn't have hesitated to use this. This way, Garth. Oh, this is working out very nicely. 4 hostages, more than enough to ensure success.
Still not here. Where could he be, Brandt?
This is Roloff. Your uprising is over. Serena is my hostage, Dumal. Serena is my hostage. Rachel and Garth are here too, Devon. I have your friends here. And Brandt, little Jardy is my guest too. I have a proposition for you. Leave the mansion immediately. I'll take no reprisals.
Devin, we're in Serena's chamber!
I want an answer!
Never, Roloff. Never!
Wait in there.
Break it down.
Oh, Jamal, be sensible. You mustn't do anything to jeopardize their lives.
What then? Stand here like fools? I want Roloff! Roloff! Open up the iris! You're beaten! Open up!
You seem to be showing more spirit than I give him credit for.
You might as well give up, Roloff.
Devin? Dumal? Grant? You got 5 seconds to get away from that door.
Geordie!
That's right, Brent. Calling the boy to show his bravery. We all know what a coward you are. Hey, you little... Come here!
Are you all right, Geordie? Geordie!
I'm sorry, we can't offer you any firm help. We just don't know very much about the Ark.
Well, whatever time we have left, we'll all have to make new beginnings.
What will you do with Roloff?
He'll be tried by the council for his crimes.
And I know what his punishment will be.
No, Jamal. No more implants. Not even for Roloff.